Hey everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hey everybody, it's Kat. Good morning.
Good morning. You're here. You're coming off of the elevator and stuff and junk and nonsense and whatever. You know how we do here. Everybody plays into the fantasy in the chat in the beginning, and that's very fun. I just arrived in the parking garage. I just parked my scooter, they say.
I love it.
I'm so sorry for being late. Ooh, the coffee is stale. Nobody said that yet, though. Nobody has accused us of having stale coffee, and I appreciate that. But come on out of the waiting room, folks. Pile it on into this elevator. We're going on up to the 10th floor. We're only going to take a minor stop at the 7th to visit the wee doctor and check in on Victor. So Monday, they were having all these hospital scenes with Victor. Well, I mean, he had hospital scenes all week long because this was a day. It started in the morning on Monday and ended at night on Friday, I think.
A day is a week, and a week is a day.
Right. But Victor's there. And he comes out of the office because he's, doing his business at the same time as getting his urology appointment and all that kind of stuff. And they're having this scene. I don't remember with who anymore because it was a week ago now. But he's having this scene right in front of that big sign that says what floor they're on.
Uh-huh.
7th floor with all of the different departments that's there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just having this Victor conversation. And I'm like, well, I'm glad General Hospital has answered my age-old question of when somebody has a problem with their winky-dink, where do they go? Apparently the 7th floor is where it's at, folks.
Lucky 7th floor.
So we're coming off on the 7th floor. It looks like everything's fine. There isn't a line of people coming out of an office, so there's good. No trace of Gregory to be found, so I guess his problem isn't with his, gosh, I really got to come up with all kinds of different euphemisms.
Well, when I was a little girl, I guess a lot of people in the South, that's called your wing ding.
Your wing ding, your bait and tackle.
That's what my family always called it. You were wing ding. And if you were a girl, you got a tutu.
Well, I did run a poll before we got started. Now that we're getting off of the 7th floor up to the 10th floor, so we can talk about it all. We can still talk about Victor's weenus if we want. His elbows. Problems with his elbows. But I ran a poll for the waiting room, and it is split 50-50 when it comes to who cares and who doesn't about the future of little Victor Cassadine.
I'm very curious, y'all. You're 50% of you. Why do you care? I'm curious. Why do you care? I tell you why I do care. And I tell you why I care. Comic relief. That's why.
Yes.
Oh, yes. That's why I care.
Oh, mother, you're getting compliments about your hair, by the way.
I was like, well, you guys, you know what? This is all natural. This is me being myself.
That's what it's supposed to look like, without a bunch of heat and chemicals applied and stuff.
Well,
right?
Without any heat and all that stuff, yeah. And I'm trying not to, man, flat iron your hair tears it up.
We've got some good euphemisms here. We got an inchworm. That's what Chandra would like to call Victor's winky dink. Victor's weasel won't pop, says Daisy.
I love it.
Julie prefers twig and berries. And Julie says she cares because it's hilarious. And yeah, you guys are on the same wavelength there. It is super funny. Just comic relief.
Super funny.
Of all of the things to do. And I think Angela was in here last week saying, or maybe it was when we were having the 60th magazine read through on Friday. If you haven't seen that, go back and look at it. But Angela was in one of these saying that they had dropped a little bit of a hint way back when he was originally poisoned by Miss Wu about it being a way to strip his potency, or it'll make him feel like less of a man or something like that.
Well, I had to have the whole thing explained to me last week, if you guys recall. I didn't get it at all. But I do remember her saying that now, that he would have a problem rising to the occasion. Isn't that what she said?
Something like that. He will have a problem rising to the occasion.
But I tell you, but when it comes to Victor, isn't that delicious? Isn't that the best thing to take away from him?
Right? He used to be such a man, and now I'm not. Now I'm a Cassa, not a Cassadine. They took my dine away from me. Chandra says, let your curls be free.
Well,
so
yeah.
There you go. Herman's hitting on you, saying you're looking real cute. So there we go.
Herman, how's it going?
Hey, Herman. My mother will let you buy her a drink. Just Venmo her the money. She'll go buy one. Kelly says it's about time they focused on the hospital, so there we go. There we go. They got plenty of reasons for people to be in the hospital right now. First and foremost, it's not cancer, okay? It's not blood marrow donation. None of that's happening in the hospital. What's happening in the hospital is trying to get to the root of Victor's pee-pee problem.
He got a weeding problem. And you know what I loved about last week too, during his weeding problem, is I really thought, you know, he grabbed Elizabeth. He's giving her some mess there, right there in the front of the station, and then he grabs her and tries to swing her around, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought for sure that Finn was going to come from the wing. Right? What are you doing?
Hey, you, get your damn hands off her. You know, like Back to the Future.
Right. But no, it was not. It was my dear friend Carly.
No, your dear friend
Carly ain't no good, but
Carly, your best friend.
Stand for that.
Gosh,
right?
you want to hang out with Carly so bad, I know.
I do.
We gotta, you know, Laura Wright seems fun. Let's just do our best to get her attention at the convention. Just be like, Laura, woo! You know, let's just be annoying. People want to hang out with annoying people, right?
No, they don't.
Oh, all right. We'll do the opposite then.
It'll be like, oh, keep that damn thing away from me. Who? No, I don't want that.
Kelly will call Victor's issue his little Johnny problem.
Yeah.
I'm with that. Oh no. Oh, and it's permanent. According to Finn, it's like, yeah, we're not going to be able to fix this.
Yeah.
You're never going to experience the touch of another woman again. There's other ways, Victor. You don't need just that, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're super selfish, then yeah, you do. And he is, so. Well, I guess you're out of luck, buddy.
Yeah. I don't think he was too worried about Ashby being satisfied last week.
No, he was worried about himself being satisfied last week, and he was not. He was absolutely not. And, you know, maybe, you know, there's ways. Okay, there's medication that might be able to work around it, you know, like force your body into it. He can have a balloon installed. There's that. You know, there's all kinds of different options for Victor. And this is going to be the next, like, really detailed, true to life medical problem that they explore on General Hospital. It's not going to be spina bifida. It's not going to be scoliosis.
He could get a
Yeah, one of those things.
You could get one of those.
Like a little bicycle pump.
You guys, he's passed away now, so I can see it. My uncle had that.
Oh, my goodness.
My uncle had that.
Oh, gosh.
And my mom, he had to go in and have surgery. Not on that, on something else. And so he went in for surgery, and he confided in my mother. He said, you know, hey, Jeannie. My mom's name was Flanelle Jeannie. She went by Jeannie a lot. Hey, Jeannie, I have this. And my mom's so hilarious. Like, why? But he was just concerned. He was just concerned that, you know, that maybe there would be some complication and someone needed to know besides him and his wife. I don't know.
Just in case.
But I cracked up though. Uncle Jesse got a pump. That's funny.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh. That is hilarious. You know, the secrets people keep. I didn't know. And apparently death is one we can just tell everybody. It's okay. I didn't really have a relationship with him. It's okay. I don't. It's all good. I like how you told the story really quietly, though, so the rest of the house wouldn't be able to hear it. The internet will. The hundreds and hundreds of people that are going to watch this is going to know the history, the secrets. But my dad will not know.
Right. So my point is, Victor's love life could very well not necessarily be over. However, maybe he's unable to have any kind of salute or attention.
Yeah.
And maybe his plumbing don't work either. So maybe there's no finale as well.
Oh, see, I took a health class in college, okay? For that brief moment in time that I was a studious college when I was a college student, for that brief moment in time, I took a health class, and included was, you know, the anatomy and chemistry of all of this nonsense. And that, Mama, that is a psychological thing. So he will have to have a different problem in order to avoid the grand finale.
Oh, really?
Yes. He would have to have a different poisoning. A poisoning of the mind.
But maybe Mrs. Wu is an old medicine woman.
Or she has connections to the old country. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, we can't be like, we can't go to like 1980s depictions of like Eastern culture because that was a little racist. But you know, I mean, maybe there's some sort of powder or something, some sort of something. You know.
Yeah. Maybe she knows something we don't know, and maybe it will. Maybe the psychological part will not be able to overcome that either. Oh, Mrs. Wu, I tell you, you know where to hit a man, don't you? Mrs. Wu got that.
She sure did. She sure did. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it wasn't like a Peter poisoning this time. It was a different kind of Peter poisoning. Hey, oh, hey, ha.
That's funny.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. Man, we had a good time talking about that, but the chat did not. The chat is talking about completely different things. I remember when Helena had a lab under GH and her son Stavros was frozen for 20 years. Those were days, says Double C.
Yes, I remember that too. And I remember that's where they down there is where they that's where they did something to Lulu too.
Oh, yeah. They had all kinds of people in that lab. All they had to do is dust that thing off every once in a while. They threw Peter in a freezer down there. You know, it's been revisited recently. I think Victor likes Elizabeth a little bit because she's young and beautiful, says Kaiwan. Or at least that's my translation of Kaiwan's words.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Elizabeth does have that effect on fellas.
She sure does. She sure does. I do like
and she is beautiful. You're right.
She is very beautiful. Beautiful enough to be right here, folks. Beautiful enough to be one of the largest photos on the GH 60th anniversary magazine.
Yep. And it's such a natural beauty. You know?
Yeah, natural as heck. I mean, you know, I have no idea. She seems like she just used a lot of really effective face creams. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing that suggests a little bit of a nip here and a tuck there.
I don't think so either, unless she's, you know, I don't know though. I think that when you first start getting something done to yourself,
that string that goes in the hair, right, and it pulls everything back.
That works.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you could try it with some duct tape one day. Just not duct tape, but just some like Scotch tape. Just pull it back one time. You know, put some and then straight and then pull. You know, and then sing "Forever Young" into the mirror. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. That's what you do. It's not sad at all.
Not sad. Not bad.
That's a bit from 30 Rock, folks. That's not me. That's not me. That's Tina Fey. Oh, goodness gracious. We could talk about Spencer and Dex because they're a cover art. We could probably get mileage out of this conversation. So I've seen some chit chat in there, and people are kind of into it. They're kind of into Loud Spencer. Do you think Loud Spencer is sexy, Mom? Do you think he's sexier when he's louder than the boom? Like they have to move the microphones back 10 feet when Nicholas Chavez is on set because he's inevitably going to go, "Let my people in, be my slave," whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's just gonna shout.
I think he's all. I don't mind him. I don't mind him being a little more passionate. I don't like it when he yells at his grandma. I want to just reach in that screen and just knock Gary by the top of his ear. You know, I can pull an ear, huh, Matt?
Oh, yes, you absolutely can. Right out of Walmart and right into the car. Yes, you can definitely pull an ear. Definitely. I don't even remember what I would do. How bad could I have been to require that? I don't even recall.
I tell you, I said it 5 times. And 5 times you did not listen to me and you just blew me off.
Oh gosh, you're still so mad. I'm so sorry.
If I grab your ear, it gets your attention.
It did. So you gave your kids 5 times. And after that, here came the ear. Yeah. That's generous. That's 5 whole times. And then you talk through your teeth. If you don't knock that crap off right now. That's probably 4 more times than another parent would give their kid. You know? Oh gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh goodness. Oh gosh. The chat is just blazing, Ma. They're just having such a great time talking to each other. Elizabeth is the town's doorknob. Daisy. My goodness. Why would you say so? Something controversial yet true.
I don't really understand that. Like
Everybody's had a turn.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did kind of get it. I realized everybody touching. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Pollyanna, Elizabeth, absolutely.
Oh gosh.
And that's not that I dislike the character of Elizabeth. I don't, but I want her to just be a little more dynamic. I just want her to be a little less concerned about who she's, who her man is at the time.
Well, she doesn't seem to care right now.
Used to be a little more, and I think I'm seeing that a little bit. Actually,
she's seeing it right now.
Be a little more reflective, a little more inward, and a little more. Hey, Elizabeth.
I like how we said we were going to talk about Victor and we were going to talk about Spencer and Dex. We were talking about Elizabeth, but that's okay. It's okay. It's what we do here on the 10th floor. You never know what twist and turn.
We do need to go back to Dex and Spencer because that's.
But yeah, the conversation that Victor and Spencer and Victor and Elizabeth had with each other at the hospital, where he's like, I'm going to destroy your life unless you help me. And she's like, oh, Victor, you have no power over me because you see, I already told the cops everything, including your involvement.
She sure did. And you know what? And that's pretty ballsy of her too. Her balls work better than his does right now.
Hey, oh my gosh.
Anyway,
yeah, they do. That's anyway, hanging over right there.
He's dangerous. Everybody knows that, and he knows that he could physically harm you and never touch you because that's his style. So she's pretty bold by doing that to him.
Yeah.
And did it and kind of used his own styling against him too, because she was very low tone.
Just calm about it, like I've dealt with Cassidines my whole life.
Yeah, she'd be talking about the weather, but she was actually telling him off.
I'm totally here for it. Now, I mean, the ramifications could have been he orchestrates a car accident, something in retribution.
That's what makes him scary.
So we'll see where that goes. We'll see what happens. I have no idea. I don't know. You tell me. Apparently, Amelia in the chat. Hey, Amelia, welcome to the show. She worked for Soap Opera Digest for a number of years, so maybe Amelia can tell us what's going to happen next. As a photographer and an editor. I think it was SOD. I don't know. It was blazing by. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Please correct me in the chat. Or in a comment after the video. Hi. Anyway, hey, Francis. Welcome to the show. Julie's here, Mom, by the way. Hey, Julie.
Hey, Julie.
You know who else is here? Timeline is here. Chandra, Melissa's
and
here.
Everybody else.
Daisy, Herman, Amelia, Kelly Publicover is here. Goodness gracious. Just all of our friends here on the 10th floor. Hi. Liz doesn't seem afraid of Victor at all. It was good, says Julie.
I agree. I thought she didn't seem afraid. And if she did, she didn't. You're right. She didn't seem afraid at all.
No.
But, and I don't think anybody should cower to him at all. However, he is a dangerous old coot.
That doctor who gave him the bad news might find himself in some trouble. You've came to the end of your usefulness. You can't help me out with this problem anymore. Now I must eliminate you because you know too much. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a Dungeons and Dragons villain right there.
But he got some good news this week too, didn't he, Uncle Victor?
Oh, you got some fake good news.
Why do you say it's fake?
That whole well, here's what the necklace says and this is where it is stuff. Is that what you're talking about? That's not real. That's planted. Anna gave her that file to give to Victor to see what he would do.
Why am I not understanding things?
I don't know. You might have missed a scene or something between, because I remember it, because it was Valentine and Anna talking about it. And they were like, blah, 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 blah. What do we do? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what the words were, okay? This is just, hoo, darling, right? And it's just like, oh, whoa, darling. That's how they do it.
But my point is that he was under the impression that they were destroyed. And now at least he knows they're not destroyed.
Well, that's some good news. That is some legitimate,
That
real
is some
good
good
news.
news.
However, where the necklace is and all that kind of stuff, what was etched
It's
in there,
fictitious.
that's all plant. That's all not real.
Okay.
So they wanted to see what Victor would do. How would he break into the PCBD evidence vault? Who would he recruit for this? I think was their intention. But as it turns out, he just went, "Oh, well, you do it."
Yep, he sure did.
And I don't think that they were expecting that as the result of this fake information.
Well,
Herman says it's not just you. He's confused as hell as well.
And maybe he's just not as connected as they thought he was.
Maybe he's not. Maybe it's all smoke and mirrors. He doesn't know anybody but himself and his bodyguard. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'm happy, Kelly, that you are happy that I got your last name right. You trained me well. We went over it.
Sure did.
Phonetically. Robert has the necklace, not the PCD, reminds us, says Kelly. So yeah. Kelly reminds us, I say.
Yes. Robert has it.
And Robert's too busy flirting with Diane to care about that old necklace.
He is talking to Diane, isn't he?
Big time.
I like it.
Big time. I
really
like the way your mind thinks, Diane.
But
let's go have some dessert together and play a didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo. Yes. I like that. I like Diane and Robert. I really, really do. But Holly's on her way back. She's gonna complicate that.
Oh yeah, Diane's gonna have to be like, Sonny, I need a favor. I need you to take somebody out for me. It's simple. It's easy. She killed your sister or something. I don't know. She did something to your sister. Should be easy for you. Apparently Holly did something to Sonny, and people were upset that Sonny didn't call her out on it last time she was on set. So I don't know what that is. I wasn't there for it.
Yeah.
Holly
did something to Courtney.
Clearly Holly headed back. In some degree, they're talking about her. Victor's like, we need to track her down, check on her recovery.
Yes.
She might have to be, fished out of wherever she is and have to return to Port Charles back to the front line. Ooh, Holly's back. Holly's back.
Holly's back at the 60th. I like it. Maybe they put her under contract like they did Jane.
Yeah. Let's just why not? Let's just continue to sign people to this show.
I'm just saying, please, Anthony Geary, just for 30 seconds.
Nah, he's ashes. He's dead. He's real dead. He's dead.
No, he's not dead. Y'all know he's dead. And I just want Anthony Geary back for the 60th. I don't care if he's got purple hair, parted down here, shaved, and like this, and like this. I don't care. I just want the Anthony Geary.
Maybe it'll be a video like Helena style, like Victor gets a flash drive and it's Luke going, ha, I've got it, and you're never gonna catch me, and then he runs. I don't know.
Whatever. I don't care
you
what
want
it
something.
is.
You want something.
I just want something. I don't care. I just want something.
Well, since Bobby's helping to plan the nurses' ball, maybe she'll be involved in some sort of Luke flashback reel.
Hey, didn't we see on Friday that Lucy done snuck out of the house?
She sure did. She's sneaking around Port Charles with the hat on and stuff, just being like, I'm gonna sneak into Maxie's house and help her plan the nurses' ball.
I swear, I think she like a teenager, and she jumped out of her bedroom window and scurried down.
She tied a bunch of bed sheets together. Just left the radio playing on in her room.
But she forgot, when you're a teenager, got all this, you could pretty much, scale things and stuff. And how is she going to get her old back up in that window?
Maybe she's not.
It is to jump in.
I mean, Valentine and Anna are going to find out she's gone by the time she even tries to make it back.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's going to see her. Wouldn't that be something?
I can't wait until naked Lucy crashes the nurse's ball and reveals herself as alive, says Melissa. Why is she naked?
I think that. Well, because.
Does Lucy find herself naked in front of people a lot?
Yes.
Okay.
She usually has some kind of, the curtain falls accidentally, or the curtain opens accidentally, or her dress gets snagged and it falls off. She never is naked. She's always standing there in her very nicely matched skivvies.
Gotcha. And runs off stage. Lucy is just Lucying, more comic relief, says Chandra. We can use it. We could use it. You know, like I was excited for the adventures of Robert and Spinelli before COVID took that away from us, because that would have been comedy gold.
Yeah, it would.
But they
And
moved
there's
on
still
from that.
opportunity for that.
I mean, there's always room for Spinelli.
There's always room
There's
for
always room
Spinelli.
for Spinelli.
I think he and Maxie are going to be back together.
Oh yeah, of course. They just haven't touched that in a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I know that
Easy answer.
Bradford.
Okay, thanks, Lee.
I know Bradford was there for the Nurses Ball filming.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I mean,
He's probably
one of
in the
their
Nurses
musical.
Ball. I love that
He's
because
one of their
Spinelli
musically.
hasn't been there in a bit.
No, he's one of the musically talented cast members, and I guess we're not going to have Cameron at the Nurses Ball. It seems like his scheduling isn't going to work out for that, because he is clearly on the way out, and I don't think he's going to last until the beginning of April. Well, I don't know. That's only a week away. It's 2 weeks from now, but I don't know.
Well, Spencer said they had to have some kind of celebration before he goes.
Well, maybe the Nurses Ball is going to be Cameron's big splash away.
Maybe
He's going to leave the stage and we'll never see him again. Or he'll come back with Emma on his arm. I don't know.
I think that's perfect. I think that's golden.
Why else would they be sending him to Stanford specifically? Because that is where Emma is. I think they've established that as well. It's 100% at least in the same vicinity as where, because they're in Berkeley, right? Robin and Patrick?
Yep.
I mean, our old stomping yards. We know where that is.
We sure do.
You could just take the BART train up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chandra doesn't think that Tony Geary's going to be back, but Daisy really wants him to be.
Well, I don't. I think if he's going to be back at all, he would be back for the 60th. That would be the reason.
Yeah.
If he's going to be back at all.
Janet. Yeah.
I would like to see it, but I'm not counting on it.
No.
But I think we're going to have some other surprises.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be. Excuse me. I don't think they would be. I mean, they really have kind of like teased that there's going to be returns.
Yeah. Yeah. And more than just Tracy. It's got to be.
I like it. I heard that they were going to recast Jax.
Well, I don't think we need Jax, by the way.
I don't either.
You can go Rademacher or a different face. I think that the character of Jax has definitely run its course at this point. And what does he bring to it other than just Carly complication?
And he has some heart touching scenes with Jocelyn occasionally, but no,
it's unnecessary.
I don't really, and the last time he was on, and for his last run before he got in trouble and decided not to get the show, they didn't give him much.
No, he went from Nina to back into Carly's pocket to off the show. And so he's bringing up a lawsuit, or it has filed a lawsuit that's going through. It's going to be seen in court. ABC lawyers versus Ingo Rademacher and his esquires, about wrongful termination, because he's saying that ABC Disney has terminated him not because of the COVID-19 vaccination mandate, but because of his politics. Frank Valentini and the executive producers didn't like his Trump support and unceremoniously dismissed him from the show and used the COVID-19 vaccination as their cover story.
I think that's reaching. I don't think that's true at all. Because that wasn't something that they just did to Ingo or to Steve Burton. They did it to all their productions.
Yeah, it's all the productions.
All of their productions.
There were other people at other shows that were not invited back.
It was the rule for all the shows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, if it just happens to be that everyone that didn't want to get the stick is a Trump supporter, that don't really have anything to do with it.
Correlation is not causation.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, not to get too political or anything, but it seems like that side of the aisle just is always looking to be seen as persecuted over something.
I say, Ingo, you know what? The only thing you're going to get out of all this, your bank account's going to go down.
You have to pay for this representation. Do you think you're going to win?
And you ain't going to get shite.
No.
You're not.
Not gonna get
You just
anything.
your bank account's going to shrink. That's it.
Because Chandra says that right now Ingo is backtracking, and it's about the mandate. So I don't, maybe there's been a recent development in the last couple of days that I haven't been privy of, but whatever. Oh, Steve Burton starts on Days of Our Lives on Monday, says Kelly.
Yeah, I was. They must have done some editing or something because they're so far ahead.
Yeah.
That he shouldn't.
I don't
There
know. It's
shouldn't
been
have been
months
enough
and
time
months,
to-
though.
Yeah, but they're so far ahead. I don't think he's been at the lots filming for the last 6 months.
Has he? I don't know. Because
Think
listen,
so?
you know what happens when you pass the age of 32? Years and months, like, just they stretch and bend and just become mush in your brain. You know,
You don't have to tell me. I
you know,
know.
things that felt like yesterday were 5 years ago. Things that were yesterday feel like 5 years ago. You know, it's very strange sometimes. So it's entirely possible he has been on there for 6 months. We've just been doing GH stuff and not paying attention to it. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Oh, it was dismissed. Oh, I guess they're not even going to go to court after all. Okay, Amelia, thank you so
It
much.
was dismissed by the courts. The courts just said, F you, Ingo.
Well, Amelia continues to contribute. Disney attorneys are a lot smarter than Ingo, and I am 100% certain about that. Why would you take Disney to court? That's so silly. Oh my gosh, Ingo, what are you thinking?
It is kind of silly. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a great thing, but taking Disney to court is like fighting the city hall, isn't it?
It's like fighting more than the city hall. It's like I don't know, fighting one of the most powerful and rich corporations on the earth is what it is. You know, who were able to change copyright law so nobody else can still use Mickey Mouse, even though it's older than the original length of time in which people can start using stuff in the public domain. You know. Winnie the Pooh just made it in the public domain a couple of years ago, and they turned it into a horror movie. Keep your eyes out for that one, folks. Anyway, so yeah, thank you, Amelia. You know what I want to talk about real quick before we forget about it. Oh, before then, we got to talk about your friend Jerry.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerry, if you're here, hi. I don't know if you're here or not.
Jerry,
hey,
are you
hi.
here, honey?
Hey.
Are you here? We had lunch yesterday. She's an old friend, you guys. I've known her since 1992. We had lunch yesterday. I was telling her all about the podcast. She went home and she listened to a couple. She don't even watch GH, but she went home and listened to a couple of the episodes, and she was saying that maybe she was going to come on here today at 11 and be live. So, Jerry, if you're out there, babe.
Hi. Thanks for joining us. Either live or on the rebroadcast. We're cool with that too.
That's right.
But I want to talk about Kristina, all right? Because the chat brought her up, and that's just great. Because I want to talk about Kristina, okay? Because Kristina's great. I love to see her on. I'm happy that she was on this week.
Me too.
You know, happy to see Kristina. They're saying that somebody came across, I think it might have been Daisy, read that Kristina and Molly may be finding themselves at odds here coming soon. About what? I don't know, but I'm here for it. I want to see both of them on there. TJ's here. Might as well have Molly. Might as well have Kristina. But you know what I'm hoping that they're setting up?
What's that?
Because she wants more. All right. Now she got convinced out of this restaurant thing, which I found to be kind of strange, Sonny.
Yeah.
You could do more, but why? You could just stay the manager of this bar. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, he would be more encouraging than that.
Well, he did ask her if she was going to be happier, and she's like, I don't know, probably not. Then don't do it. But you know what she would be happy doing? Crime with her daddy.
Yeah.
If we're bringing her on to have some sort of weird conversation about her future and how she just, I don't know. I want her to get involved. I want her to get involved under Sonny's nose without him knowing. Maybe something happens where she has to help Dex in some way and it gets sucked into the world, Because Dex and her seem to be friendly.
Well, yeah, they're friendly because Dex used to be her bodyguard.
Right.
So there was upon a time where he spent a lot of time with Kristina.
And now I remember you saying that you wanted Kristina to be Molly's surrogate.
Yes.
So, we can have surrogate Kristina getting sucked into crime world, and that's how we have the dramatic pregnancy.
And then she's at the coffee warehouse or something, and she's pregnant and she gets shot.
Oh, yes, and what's gonna happen? And then they have to be like, oh no, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna save the baby or save Kristina? Ultimately, they say both, but they have this. Oh, what are we gonna do? And the Dex is like, oh no, oh now's the time to tell everybody. I'm sorry, but I'm the baby's father. What? Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. TJ's supposed to, and TJ's be like, what? What happened to me? I thought I was the baby daddy. How come everybody always gets in there before me? Yeah, you know, you know. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. Dex and Chrissy were flirty, says Julie.
A little
Kristina
bit.
is not stable enough with the mob, says Daisy. We'll make her stable. Just write her to be more stable with the mob. It's fine. She's finding herself. She's early 30s,
Can you
powerful young
imagine?
woman.
Can you imagine, you guys? If that's true, if Kristina winds up being in the mob in some capacity, that will make Alexis flip her wig.
Well, Alexis
because
needs something to flip her lid over.
she sure does, doesn't she? She will make her flip her wig because I remember, gosh, Sonny didn't even know that Kristina was his child till she was like 3, 4, 5 years old, something like that.
Because I
He didn't
don't
know right
want her to
away.
be associated with your life.
Exactly.
The Sonny
Took a
Kristina
while.
scene was so weird, says Herman. Yeah. Melissa suggests that maybe Sonny is about to give Kristina the Italian restaurant. He may be setting her up for a surprise. Now, if he does that, though, then he's definitely handing her the keys to the mafia, though. Because,
He is.
that's
Because
that's
that
what they do
restaurant's
the
all
business.
that restaurant's always been a front.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times you see anybody in there eating any pasta besides Sonny himself? Nobody.
It's always because I do it before it's open. remember there was that one Italian restaurant in town where I grew up that just seemed to never be open, on the corner of Union City Boulevard and I don't know, one of the other streets. It was never open, ever mother.
Really?
It's right next to Papa. It was next to Bronco Billy's Pizza, down the street a little bit further. It's this one Italian place. It was just closed.
Oh, but that place,
constantly.
babe, that was an old that was one of the old buildings there in Union City, and it was originally back in the day. There was the bank, and it was a revolving door of restaurants, and just no one could get their footing there.
Well, it just always seemed to be closed to me, and I'm like, it's a front. Yeah. It's a front for the mafia, right here in Union City, California. Molly would inevitably become a mob lawyer, protect her sister. Ooh, following the footsteps of Diane. See, look at that. There's all kinds of potential story for these Davis girls. Baby Lila saved Kristina. I don't know what that means, Herman. I don't know what that means. Which baby Lila? There's two, right? There's Lila Ray, who's still around, right? And Lila Ray Alcazar still alive?
Yeah, Lila Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alcazar and Sky's kid.
Yeah, and then there was Lila. Right? There was first Lila that passed away. Sam's Lila.
Yes, Sam's Lila.
Yeah. Spencer and Esme fire. Oh my goodness, Melissa.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah. So yeah.
So yeah.
And then the other one, and then Scout's real first name is Emily.
Mm-hmm.
Scout's first name is Emily.
Yes,
Her name is Emily Scout.
Her name is Emily Scout. Yes, and they call her Scout to not call her Emily. Right. Yes. I'm rooting for Dex and Joss, says Daisy. I think a lot of people are rooting for Dex and Joss. I do. I still think the Ace may end up with Molly and TJ for a bit. Interesting. That'd be a very interesting direction. How would Ace wind up in their hands? Molly would have to do some sort of court finagling, some sort of false filing of documents or something. Hey, look at me. Look at this. This is how you write a soap. I don't think this is what's happening in the GH writer room, and if it is, I'm wrong. So, sue me. What do you want me to say? Anyway, but if they're not going, all right, well, in 6 months, what if this is what's going on? Molly is a mob lawyer. Molly is carrying somebody's baby. Then you have to work backwards from there in order to put all the steps in order for it to make sense that this character is doing this thing 6 months from now. And so you got to book it backwards, essentially. And that's how you get a good coherent story that makes a lot of sense and hits all the beats when it needs to get to the climax that you've already dated, you know? Yeah. You said on September 27th, we're going to find out that Molly is really carrying Brando's baby because Brando froze some sperm and Molly really missed him. And they're like, why? And she's like, I was secretly in love with him the whole time, you know? You know? and then you work backwards from there. Oh, goodness. Wouldn't that be interesting, though? Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sasha's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
How do you get to keep a Brando baby? And then they fight. She pulls Molly's hair out. Come on, Ma, get with me here.
You pulled her hair out.
Yeah, they fight over the baby. And the baby's crying in the bassinet, but they're just going to blows.
Well, Carly needs to be there for something then, if that's going to happen.
I mean, yes, of course. It's a storyline, so we're going to have to write Carly into it in some way. Oh, gosh. Oh, craziness. Baby Lila's stem cells saved Kristina from cancer. Okay, thank you, Melissa. I need Kristina with Ethan or a woman. I just need Kristina with somebody. I just want Kristina. I want Kristina in the mob. That's all. That's all. We need to have a Corinthos kid in the mob. Why do we not have a Corinthos kid in the mob?
Because Sonny stops it from happening.
I get
every
that,
time.
but it's such a rich ground of story that they haven't been able to do.
Wouldn't it be? Okay, we're going ridiculous.
Keep doing it. We're going to take the elevator all the way up to the fantasy floor here of the hospital.
There you go. We're on the fantasy floor. Wouldn't it be something if Pikeman turned out to be Morgan?
Dun, dun, dun.
There you go. You got a Corinthos kid in the mob.
Recast Morgan.
Corinthos kid in the mob.
Yeah.
He's just on a different side. That's all.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, I mean, if the rumor that Dexter is Dante's child, then I guess we sort of have our Corinthos kid in the mob.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, because half of my heart wants Dex to just be a Heller, and the other half wants him to be something else. I don't know why.
I want him to be. I only want him to be Dante's kid if Brenda's his mother. If not, if Brenda can't be his mother, I want him to be a Quartermain. I want him to be AJ's. I don't want him to be Steve's. I mean,
Jason's.
Jason. I don't want him to be Jason's. I want him to be AJ's.
What do you? I have a brother. What? That's Michael. That's Michael.
Yep.
I didn't know. I had a whole brother. Jimmy Stewart.
So if he winds up being AJ's kid, that means he's Uncle Michael. Right?
Well, cut brother Michael if he's AJ's kid. Because Michael is AJ's son.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
You're right.
Yeah. It's okay. It's complicated. These low-hanging branches, we got them all twisted and stuff. All twisted and convoluted and confused. It's a good thing Sam and Dante don't want to have a baby, because that would just be like, I don't know if like a demon would come out at this point or what, but oh my god.
Aren't they? They've said it too many times now for it not to happen.
Oh, come on. Maybe that's just them really putting a nail on, we are not going to do this pregnancy storyline with this couple. Huh? Because is it really just Disney ABC that's like, you can do pregnancy storylines and that's it? Because that's just all that's ever going on.
It seems to be true. It's not that's the only thing they do, but at least they got one pregnancy story going at every time,
all the time.
At all times. There's some kind of pregnancy story going on.
We had 2 babies born, and immediately Molly's like, let's have kids.
But if you think about other soap operas, isn't that sort of true regardless of what program you're watching?
I don't know.
There's always a pregnancy.
You tell me, is there a pregnancy happening right now, chat, on the other soaps? Is there a Young and Restless pregnancy happening right now? Is there a Days happening right now? Is there a Bold, if anybody's still watching Bold and the Beautiful, because apparently there's just been a huge fan revolt or something of
Really?
Bold and the Beautiful. I don't know if I want to call it a revolt or something, but people are not pleased with that show. They find it to be the worst one.
Oh, well, I know that it has a huge following in Europe and in other countries. Huge, bigger than here.
I want to know. Well, here apparently. I don't know. Excuse me. But Kelly says yes. Young and the Restless has a pregnancy. Molly doesn't have to share the belly We need Molly and TJ to adopt. We need an adoption story. Well, if they adopt a teenager, you know, a gruff teenager who needs a, you know, some good solid home, that's a lot of fun. We talked about Reggie Montgomery last week.
Yeah, I think an adoption story is better if it's an older child.
Yeah, yeah, it's more fun than, oh, we've adopted a baby, because then they put the baby in the kid closet.
Yeah, or somebody tries to steal it, or the biological
Something.
parents pop up, or
Yeah,
something.
we don't need that.
We don't need that.
Bold and the Beautiful is big in countries overseas. It's because it's I guess it's a hyperinflated look at what Los Angeles, America, Hollywood is. In other countries, I'm more interested in the depiction of dumb Hollywoodites. I don't know.
Yeah. Everybody got a misconception of a lot of places, and California is one of them.
Oh, big
We
time.
are not swimming pools, palm trees, and movie stars. That's
Except for the fact that my mother has a swimming pool in her backyard, a palm tree in her backyard, and, you know, hobnobs with movie stars live right here on YouTube. So, you know, maybe is a little bit more accurate.
Yeah, but I'm on the low scale of that.
Low scale of that, and definitely a lot more north than where the sun likes to live. As we
But
do
you're
this
right,
podcast
though. I do have a swimming pool and a palm tree in my backyard.
in rainy Los Angeles. Substitute pregnant storyline for plot for who's the daddy and stuff. So I mean, it's true. It's true. Maybe I'm just tired of it myself. I don't know. I've been podcasting about pregnancy for a long time, it seems. Oh gosh, but Donna's adorable.
Donna's adorable. My gosh, that child look exactly like Maurice Bernard.
Is it just Maurice Bernard's grandkid?
I know I've seen pictures of his grandkids, and they don't. No, Donna's not one of them.
Well, there you go. They just found some. Just find us the most Italian Latina child we could possibly find, right?
Yes, she looks so much like him, right down to the dimples. I love it. She look crazy amount like him. Really?
Oh gosh. Big countries overseas, young and the restless, successful, just all kinds of stuff. Oh my gosh. They need to bring Maury Povich on to do a Who's Your Daddy storyline. That's how we need to climax one of these. I know Maury Povich is like old and retired, but let's do it. For the big dramatic reveal. I don't know. I'm into it. Do you think Spencer and Dex are going to beat each other up at some point?
Yes, I think they are going to have some kind of physical altercation at some time, and it's not going to be a big old brawl. I'm sure Uncle Sonny will do something better.
Hey. Did you know you were fighting each other? I liked the shot that they did of Dex and Spencer on the literal opposite sides of the line. They really utilized a section of that set to really visually, just on the nose, drive home a particular point of contention between these two characters. But I was here for it. I am here for it. It's the cover art. I liked it. I thought it was a great choice. So good job, Fido. And if it wasn't you, Fido, good job to whoever it was. And I should probably learn who the other directors on General Hospital are.
Well, if they want to be on our show, we'll let them, and we'll remember their name.
Leave some in the chat. We'll talk to you.
Like Fido.
Love to hear about your creative approach and, you know, the insight that you can give us on the creation of soaps. And if you're a writer for a soap as well, you know, you're one of the writers, so just email me as well at 104gh@gmail.com.
Shoot, forget about them directors. I like to have the set guy. I like the set kid Matthew. I'd like to have him on the show.
Yeah, props guy Matt. You want to be on the podcast?
Props guy Matt. Oh, we're gonna ask him in June.
Yeah, we're gonna corner Matt. We're gonna corner MK. We're not gonna even tour the set. We're just gonna talk to them. Oh, goodness.
And JPS likes to jump in on that set tour once in a while.
Maybe we'll get lucky.
Last year, he didn't. Last year he jumped in on a set tour, but it wasn't Matt and I set tour. There are several throughout the day. Two mornings actually. They do it by to get everybody over there. They try not to make their groups giant.
No.
What's there like a dozen of us?
A dozen to 15 to 20. You know, it was enough to feel like you had an intimate moment on the set, and it wasn't completely crowded with other folks.
Right, and they give you enough time to mill about.
Yeah, that was a good 10 minutes to just play on set. Touch whatever you like. It's all glued down.
Well, I hope. I might be hoping for too much, but last year we had to wear a mask all the dang time. Hopefully, Hopefully we don't have to wear a mask the entire time this time. That would be nice.
We'll see.
Just
Maybe they'll
because
let us take
I
him
like
down
to
for a
see.
picture this time.
I know we had to cheat all the time last time, right?
Yeah, we had like I had to hide in the corner where the Savoy sign was and be like, nobody can see me.
And they was watching us like hawk shell.
They were mask. Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, they were. Listen, all of the hundreds of people that came through this convention. Do we want a breakout of COVID on the set because we had a convention? No.
Of course not.
No.
And I'm not talking about just a set tour. I'm talking about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I hope we don't have to have a mask on the entire time. Even when I was singing karaoke last year, you guys, I pulled down my mask to sing, and someone came up on the stage and told me to put my mask back on. I couldn't even take my mask down to sing.
Well,
remember?
Yeah, things have been relaxed greatly since then, so we'll see.
Oops.
We'll see.
Because part of it, and it's not that I'm a big anti-masker, because I'm not. I worked in what I did for 4 decades. I had to wear a mask. I wasn't in medical, but I had to wear a mask. So wearing it did not bother me. It felt a mask feels natural on my face.
Yeah.
But man, I miss people's expression. I miss their smiles. I just miss seeing people's full face.
It's too dangerous. Stay away from people's full faces now.
Full face.
Oh my gosh. I think Dex is a Cassadine, says Stacey. Oh goodness. Oh, let's see. Kim was adorable as a kid. Kim who? Spencer is going to end up besties with Dex in a decade, says Melissa.
Okay, this is what they cannot do with Dexter.
What can they not do with Dex?
They cannot make Dexter a Weber of any kind.
Okay.
Okay, they cannot make him a Weber.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. They cannot make him a Spencer of any kind. They cannot make him a Spencer.
Right, because then that's too ooey gooey icky dicky.
That's too ooey gooey with Jocelyn, yes. He cannot be a Spencer.
Nah, he's more likely to be a Quartermain than a Spencer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm for, you know how they told that twin story this week? I'm all for that being foreshadowing that Dex is actually twins, and they've been swapping in and out. We just got to start getting to inconsistent behavior. I'm for it.
Dex, we all can see that Dex is a main player right now in General Hospital. He ain't going nowhere.
No. No. They brought on Dex with a purpose and sent him toward that purpose. And honestly, I think it worked out. It's worked out more than their intention for Rory. But the writing has been there for Dex than it was for Rory.
I think as far as new characters go with no connection, he's probably found his footing better than anybody else through acting, through writing, through all of it. Maybe Cody ain't caught the fire that Dex has either.
No. They're trying to handsome Cody up, though. Have you noticed that? It's like spending time on the Quartermain property has made him care more about his hairstyle. I don't know.
Well, he just looks, but he doesn't look so disheveled now.
Disheveled.
Yeah. He looks more groomed. Yeah, I didn't like his hair before. It's like he has good hair for it to look that bad.
Well, now it looks a lot better. I think I don't know what's gonna happen. Are we gonna get a big? You can't have a love square because then people can just pair off and then we don't have a problem. But we got like these rumblings between Sasha and Cody and Brooklyn and Chase, and it's like those like little love pulses are kind of crashing into each other a little bit in some degree. And I don't know what's brewing there. What's happening?
Maybe they just all maybe they're testing the waters.
But which of these four are really gonna? I mean, they've tested the waters with Chase and Brooklyn for so long that I think we can just get out of the pool.
No kidding, right?
I mean, just. I mean, you know how we're not that critical on the show.
No.
But let's just be done with it.
Yeah.
Let's just be done with. Let's get into the Sasha love triangle between Cody and Chase, because this is what happens. Chase gets put back on the force. Things warm up between Chase and Sasha. Things warm up between Sasha and Cody. Guess what Cody did in 1992? And now we got Detective Chase, who's like, I think you did something in 1992. 1992 is the year that I made up, folks. Don't take that as law. And so we get that. You get the push and pull there, and it's like, but if you do that, oh, but Cody's my best friend. You can't do that. Oh, Chase, why would you? You know.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
It's not going to be 1992, Matt. That's too far. That's too far.
They're like 40.
They're like 40? Yeah, I guess.
You know.
Yeah, they're like 40.
Yeah, I don't know how old my brother was in 1992. It was like 10 or something.
Well, yeah.
Fine, then 1994. Because this was like summertime.
And I'm also thinking about Olivia too, okay? Olivia was 15 years old when she had Dante.
You can't marry yourself to any sort of real timeline.
I know, that's ridiculous, right? So that would make Olivia 55, which is believable.
Yeah. I'm with it. I'm with it. I think it's perfect. So yeah, 1994. You did something in 1994. Goodness gracious. What are we talking about now? What are we talking about, Esme? We're just talking about Esme. I was 9 in 1992, says Melissa, and she's 40 in August. Hey, Melissa, happy birthday. You made it. You made
August
it.
what?
Ah, congratulations.
August what?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's find out. I wonder if it's the same date as my mother. You Leos or something.
Oh, Leo woman. That's
Stay away. Evan Hoffer was supposed to be on for 3 months, but his character took off, and now it's been over a year. I don't know what their original intent was for 3 months. I can't think of anything that happened within the first 3 months of Dex that could have sent him away. They must have changed their mind very quickly, Kelly. Very quickly.
Well, I've heard that so many times, where an actor says that I was slotted for this. I was slotted for that. And then kind of caught some fire.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Megan. Yeah. Oh, gosh. They didn't mention masks this time, says Amelia. Oh, okay. So maybe no masks. That's at the convention. Thanks, Amelia. If you're going to be there, say hey. I went to Daytime Emmys many times when it was at Radio City. We've been trying to get to the Daytime Emmys for a little while now. My goodness. Gosh, that would be so fun. We're trying to bring that to you. James Lott Jr. gets to do it, and we're trying. We're trying.
We applied last year to go, but I don't think we applied early enough.
We applied as early as I possibly could have, and when it comes down to it, a lot of these things are done at the very, very, very last minute, which is very unfortunate. Like finding out that you've been approved and stuff can come like the day before.
That makes it hard.
Doesn't it? And you kind of have to like be here, which I am, so that's good. But
I guess I could be there in a flash if I really need.
Well, if we found out enough time for you to quickly get a Greyhound ticket or quickly hop in the car because you have access to that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
and anyway. I currently don't have a job.
So we would love to. We would absolutely. Oh, Amelia will be at the convention, so hopefully we see you there, Amelia.
Oh, yay!
But yeah, we would love to go to the Daytime Emmy, so we'll have to apply again this year as soon as I can. Hopefully, the show is bigger this year than it was last year, so So I don't know. Maybe we'll be more valuable to whoever is deciding. Maybe we can offer some exposure now that we couldn't offer before.
And I'm just thinking like a girl thinking, well, shoot, I ain't gonna have no time to find a dress.
Oh, well, there you go. What you need to do then is find your Daytime Emmy dress now, and then just keep it for whenever it is that we finally get to be able to go.
I'll be on the lookout for it. I'm going to go.
You're a bargain hunter too. You're going to be able to find something super fabulous for super cheap.
I'll find myself.
This woman is able to walk out of Kohl's having spent $3.
Yes, I can.
So.
Yes, I can. I can walk out of almost anywhere with a real bargain. It takes time. You have to enjoy shopping. You have to love shopping, and you have to just take the time and have the time. I have the time, but yeah, well, you can find yourself some cool stuff out. Who knows? I might find myself some designer gown at some stinking thrift store I paid $5 for. Watch me.
It doesn't have to be expensive to look expensive.
It sure does.
All the all the photographers and editors from Soap Opera Digest were invited to the Daytime Emmys, which is how Amelia was able to go. Or are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about anymore, Amelia. But hey, whatever you're talking about, keep contributing. We'd love to see you.
I want to go to all of it. All of it.
I want it all. I want it. Give it to me. High School Musical songs are so lame. Let's see. You should mock up a t-shirt design for the podcast so we can wear to our local conventions to advertise the show, says Melissa. I don't know. What would the t-shirt say? What would the 10th floor t-shirt say?
Well, somebody in the chat said a few weeks ago when we were talking about merch a little bit, and they said a silhouette thing of the two of us. I love that. Yeah, I love that idea. And I think we could probably create that ourselves with a little, with some kind of app or something.
I don't know. I can figure it out. Maybe.
Yeah.
Mama Cat's theme song is Thrift Shop by Macklemore. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah. The thrift store song. I sure do. That's old. Like a pretty old song.
Oh my gosh.
I believe my daughter was in high school at the time, so that's been a while. Yeah.
You make me go to rehab. So do you think the letter from Heather is going to unlock Esme's true evil intention that still lies in the inside? I love how Robert said evil Esme. That was great. We'll hold on to these charges until evil Esme comes back.
Yeah. Oh, that's genius, though. That was genius. Trina was right on the mark.
She was.
Trina was right on the mark with that. And I did not. Trina seems, what she said anyway, that she believed Esme to be true, telling the truth. But when they were in the scene, it didn't seem like she was being convinced that much at the time.
She didn't want to give Esme any sort of indication,
That was very smart.
Poker
She's
face.
Right. Because and Diane, what Diane said about all the stuff, well, right now she's got so much, there's so much sympathetic thought.
Yeah, you're going to lose right now.
So and if she had if she won her case and was found innocent, well, that would be double jeopardy.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to file the charges again. Double Jeopardy, by the way. Interesting movie with Tommy Lee Jones, Ashley Judd, I think.
Yeah. So brilliant. She's absolutely right.
Yeah, good stuff.
Esme will eventually, if indeed she's just really a little Heather Jr., will slip up.
Or she'll remember and slip up.
Or she'll remember.
And then, something. So, yeah, I think Trina is the smartest of the bunch, says Amelia, and I'm for you that way. This time, I think that this week totally says that. Yeah, she was totally smart. She was like, okay, I'm gonna go have a conversation and see if this is real. Okay, I think
didn't tell anybody she was going. Didn't tell anybody she was going either.
No. She was like, I'm gonna do no warning. Nobody's gonna be able to convince me of anything beforehand. Nobody's gonna be able to crawl into my mind. No, I'm gonna go there on my own. Nobody's gonna know. I'm gonna make my own decision. And when I come back, this is what makes the most sense to me, because that is Esme, but that is not Esme. So we can't. So punishing this person would not be punishing the person who needs to be punished. And I like that perspective, because that's the perspective that I've had the whole time. So good job, Trina. I'm gonna wait for that evil person to come back.
Very smart. Very smart.
Wait for that person to come back, and then you can do all that. Prosecuted
now. Almost guarantees that she'll walk away an innocent, misunderstood victim.
And she didn't say, we're gonna never file the charges again. She said we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait until bad Esme comes back. It's like we're gonna hold off for a matter of time. Like she while she's convinced in this moment that Esme is truly different up here, she doesn't assume that it's going to be forever. And I think that's a smart way to go about it too. Very good way to keep yourself safe.
So you think this coming week Esme's gonna pop open that letter from her mom?
She already did. She did at the end of Friday.
But she didn't read it yet.
No, well, she's about to read it, but hasn't read it. Yeah, she opened it or whatever, and that was it. So I don't know. It's gonna be like, hey.
First, she threw it on the floor like it was made out of fire.
Woo! Yeah, and then something inside her said, "I want to read a letter from my mommy," and so she is, I guess. And I don't know. It might unlock something in her or not. I don't know. Oh gosh.
How come Maggie hasn't come and visited her?
Maggie's afraid of Ryan. Ryan's dead now, though. I don't know.
Ryan's dead.
Ryan's super dead. Melissa wants to know, how come the public is allowed to just visit prisoners in a mental institution without express authorization? Because she's not in a mental institution. She's in a minimum security prison.
Yes.
in which people can get visitors. You can visit a prisoner. You can
Shady
walk.
Brook is low security, psycho place, and Dorkham is for the dangerous, crazy people.
So it's not really a psycho place. It is it's a place where they put Ryan because he was no longer dangerous, not because he was
Right.
psycho. You didn't need maximum security for somebody who couldn't stand up or interact with the world anymore. They stuck
Right.
Heather in there for plot reasons.
No, she does people.
She was recovering from something that happened to her in prison. And instead of sending her back to Darkham, they sent her somewhere a little less wild for her recovery. And then she conned them into letting her stay so she can communicate with Ryan. But ultimately, it is a minimum security prison. And when it comes down to it, I don't know. Do you have to be on a list of approved people to come visit a prisoner? I don't think so. I think I could just go to a prison and be like, hey, I want to visit this prisoner, so long as I know who they are ahead of time.
Yeah, but they don't necessarily have to let you.
No, but
They do a background check, I think, immediately.
Yeah.
They don't have to let you visit the person. This is what struck me more than anything else. Well, I kind of thought that way too, about why did they let him do that in prison? When they handed Esme her sealed letter from her mother, all prison mail is opened.
maybe not. Maybe not there.
Maybe not there.
I don't know.
But
I don't know. Sideways reality of
all
General Hospital.
prison mail is open.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But just like all prison conversations on the little phones are supposed to be recorded as well. But they talk about all kinds of stuff. It's the sideways reality of less security.
Yes.
It's just a more dangerous reality.
It's the show, you always have to go back to it. Well, it's the show with worms in your brain and a diamond that can cure the world. So why not?
Why not? Why not? When do we think Uncle Cyrus is going to become interested in Esme and her son? Hopefully soon. He's going to want to baptize the baby.
Well, wouldn't it be interesting that since has changed so much, Cyrus is sent to low security?
Yeah, he's not so bad anymore.
I like that idea, actually.
I would just want Cyrus, There's nothing wrong with wanting a little Cyrus.
But I want him there more than that where he's at now. I'd rather see him in those low security places because you could have you wouldn't just have to have him pretty much on the phone talking to somebody.
Yes.
You could see him in that activity room at the jail and stuff where they have all the cereal and the snacks on the wall.
I'm with it. Spa jail. It's fine.
The spa jail.
Real prisons, you can't bring your purses or bags. So I don't know, people are bringing purses in there. So, I don't know. We all love Cyrus as Amelia. Yeah, we do. How can you not? Ever since he was the wounded little boy sitting in Portia's house with his hair all dangling down, all shot and stuff, talking to Laura, just being hurt that he hasn't had his family in all of this time. And, oh, God. Gosh, Jeff Coburn, why are you so amazing? That was
one of my very favorite things. But the most recent one was, what I loved was when Laura forgave him.
Just
drop
the phone. So and that gave us new Cyrus. Like I said, that's the thing that he has been waiting to hear from somebody his whole life. And when it did, what did it do? It melted his icy heart like the wizard in the Santa Claus is Coming
He was
to
like
Town.
the Grinch, the grew heart.
It grew 3 sizes, and then he accepted the light of the Lord. He gave his soul to Jesus. What a friend we have.
I am not on board for them to make fun of Christianity through him, though. I'm not for that. It
depends on how sensitive you are.
Don't push it
what are
too
you
hard.
going to consider making fun of Christianity?
I don't know. I'll let you know when I see
let you know what I see. I know I didn't expect you to be able to answer it word for word. But, as the weeks continue and as we learn more about Cyrus Renault, hopefully we learn more
hopefully we'll learn more because I love Jeff Kober on the show.
He really is. That's cold, Daisy. What a Daisy. What if Cyrus comes out, he will start a church, and Kristina, Kristina will be the first to join.
Oh, I don't think Kristina can be hoodwinked by somebody like that again.
I think Kristina might be immune to groups of people.
Yeah, I think she got her. I think she got her cult eyes open wide
But if
now.
that's the case, if we're going to do Colt again and we're going to recruit Kristina, then we have to recruit Willow as well. We can't just have Kristina retread that road. We have to have Willow do it as well.
Well, we'll have to survive for that, won't she?
Because right now, Willow is in the cult of Michael. I'm Michael's wife. I am Wiley's mother. That is how I define myself. I exist for other people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she said it. I am Wiley's mother. I am Michael's fiance. Like that.
Yeah.
But who are you, Willow?
Who are you? Yeah, Willow. Come on.
I'm a nurse.
And what you are really, currently, and really hanging on to it with both hands, you're Lisa Obrecht's niece.
You sure are. Lisa Obrecht, the donor. Lisa Obrecht, the anticoagulant taking donor of blood, of bone marrow.
That kind of stuff always I don't know. And I know it's soap opera, but it's like nobody should have told her already, or maybe as a doctor herself, she should have maybe already known to stop taking that crap.
Well, maybe she didn't. Maybe she's just not that kind of doctor. I don't know. You'd be a hematologist or something, right? I don't know. Let's get Willow all well, says Jeannie. Yeah, let's get Willow all well. Let's put a full face of makeup back on her again. Let's get her off the couch. Let's get her involved in something where she's standing up and not just being sick. Let's explore the opening door between her and Nina that gets slammed right shut because Nina sends Carly right straight to the SEC, pissing off both Willow and Sunny in the process.
Mm-hmm. Matt, did you see who was added on to the list of the convention?
I saw that the convention list was updated, but I can't recall who it
Cynthia
is now.
and Donnell.
Yes, so that's on there. Did you see the complimentary autograph list?
Yes, I did.
Hey, it's different. It's different than all of these people so far. So that's a complimentary as in paid for by the expensive ticket that we bought.
Right.
So, we're not that bougie.
With the ticket because the ticket paid for it already.
That's why the ticket was so expensive. It's because it included autographs.
But at the same time, you guys, yes, it's expensive. But I mean, I kind of look at it a little bit differently now because everything has gotten so expensive. And the convention is 3 days. You have 3 consecutive days of entertainment. And several things within
it's only $200 a month or a day, pretty much.
Right. You can't go see somebody decent at a concert for less than $1.50 a head now, and that's about 2 hours.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, and then when it comes I'm going to Vegas to go see Donny Osmond. There's all that travel and hotel and gambling and all that kind of stuff. So right now we got Laura Wright, Finola Hughes. Hey, Finola, very popular. That day is going to be a busy day. Cynthia Watros, Donnell Turner, Cameron Matheson, James Patrick Stewart, Brooke Kerr, Amanda Setton. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we haven't
Sophia Matson, she was there last year, but now she's going to have a lot more to say because last year she was like Liam. Now she's got a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, and last year when we went, Liam had just passed away 3 months prior to.
Yeah, and it's all anybody wanted to talk to her about, and I'm sure she's happy to not talk about it anymore. And Tabyana Ali has been announced. We do not have a Nicholas Chavez announcement, but it would just be crazy if they weren't able to secure him in the city that he lives in.
It would be crazy if they weren't able to secure him, and I'm surprised that Maurice Bernard's not on that list yet either.
Oh, they just gotta work it out. Or maybe he's not interested. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe he's taking care of his kid. His kid broke his back,
Joshua?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was doing some sort of extreme sports stunt. I don't think it was for fun. And he landed funky. He's fine. He's not paralyzed or anything, but he hurt himself pretty badly.
But he's got some recovery ahead of him. No, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I saw him a lot with his I saw him quite a bit in the last few weeks, pictures of him and his granddaughters. But Joshua was not either one of their daddy. Joshua was young. That's his grandchildren from his daughter, I believe.
Stalling it until the nurse's ball. So, maybe we'll get some sort of nurse's ball montage. Somebody singing some sort of an emotional song as Willow goes under the operation to receive the bone marrow. I tried to do some really fuzzy research on how this thing works in real life. I don't understand. They take the bone marrow out of somebody and then they stick it in somebody else, and that helps them in some way. It creates healthy blood cells that then the body is like, oh yeah, this is how you're supposed to do it, and then it fixes everything. I don't understand at all.
Well, that's kind of the way cancer spreads. Bad cells convince other bad cells, hey, we're the good cells.
I guess.
No, I don't understand it either. Not really.
Hey, Jacarius.
I would understand leukemia better if my own father that had it for 2 years told me about it before he died.
Well, but he didn't, and that's never going to change.
Anyway.
It's unfortunate. You knew now.
I do know now.
Anyway, whatever. It was kind of a basic week on General Hospital. We're in that post sweeps dip, but we are a week and a half away from the anniversary, from the nurses' ball. It's going to be upon us before you know it. The next time we podcast, it's going to be the last week of March, which means the time we podcast after that is April 2nd, which is anniversary weekend.
Anniversary weekend, yes. And that in that Friday before that is the Epiphany episode.
Something like the 29th through the 31st. I don't think it's Friday. I think it was like a Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days. So that's coming up, not this week, but next week. So not the 20th through the 24th, which is the next bunch of episodes, but the 27th through 31st, which is the following week. So we're getting there. We are getting there, folks. It's super exciting.
Yeah.
Jakaria says, I never got a chance to go to Graceland last year because it was so expensive. But you know what? It's Jacarius. One day you're going to be able to go, and you're going to be able to have so much fun.
Jacarius, that's the same reason why we didn't go last year too, okay? Exactly.
You were going to have so much fun. But I did see that that they're trying to get the day players out in the South. I saw like a Raleigh. I don't know. I don't know where. I think are you in Virginia, Jacari? I'm not sure exactly where you are. I don't know where you are. I'm way wrong. I'm sure you're not in Virginia.
Oh man, I really want to go to Nashville. I might even stick a toe in my freaking 401k to go to Nashville.
Oh my goodness gracious, Ma, don't do that.
I know, right?
Don't do that. Just get a job exclusively to make money to go to Nashville.
I can't. But you know what?
Why don't you get one of those jobs at the wineries that you were talking about forever?
I don't want to work on the weekends.
Oh well, I mean, there you go.
I would love to work in a tasting room. I think it would be a lot of fun, but I don't want to be working on the weekends. I don't know. And my tolerance for employers is so small now. You piss me off in a second, I'll walk out the door. Screw you. I don't need this job anymore.
Oh no. We gotta humble you a little bit. We gotta humble you. If only Chandra was here to give you advice. If you're ever looking for workplace employment advice, Chandra's your lady. Solutions by Chandra LLC. Google it. Follow her on Twitter. All of that. Moderator. She was here earlier. She had to leave.
And you know what? But I don't have to apologize, man. I was out there in the workforce for 45 years. Frick, that's long enough.
No, you should apologize right now. Get a paper route, says Kelly. You can get a paper route. Just on your bike, just throwing papers at people's doors at 5 a.m.
You can't trust a fool right now, though, man. There's too many dangerous people out there.
Melissa says,
right off my bike, throw me in a white van, you'll never see me again.
Oh gosh, Mom. Just worried about getting kidnapped. 62-year-old cat was kidnapped on her bike route. Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
Melissa says if you go to Nashville, let her know. You guys can meet up. She lives about an hour outside of Nashville. So there you go. Little meet and greet.
Well, I'm not going without Matt, so you'll be a Matt and cat.
Oh, we'll see what happens. The more Corinthos coffees that you buy from Buy Me a Coffee, which isn't real, you don't actually get anything other than the sweet satisfaction of handing us cash. More cool things to come because not only on Buy Me a Coffee can you leave the $5 tip, which is their main thing, and we appreciate it. I've already withdrawn what has been donated so far, and it's in a little pot that I have for when we have to renew the server here in a couple of weeks for the audio podcast. So thank you for your contribution so far. But there's also different tiers of monthly membership.
That is coming up because our anniversary is coming up. So yeah, they're gonna want their money, aren't they?
They are. So, so on buymeacoffee.com/10th floor. That's it. Just 10th floor, not GH, not podcast, but buymeacoffee.com/10th floor. You can donate a $5 tip if you want to. If you can afford it, if you're so inclined, this isn't me saying you should, you must. I'm just saying you can. That exists. And then
Oh,
also
you
there's
guys.
monthly membership tiers that I have set up as well, which
Oh,
as we get closer to the convention, we'll start having some cool little things happening inside of there. So if you wanted to sign up for one of those monthly tiers, you can. It'll be an automatic deduct from your bank account every month when it comes, just like Patreon, you know.
mm,
You're familiar with Patreon. You did that.
I did.
Or you could just pay for the entire year in one go if you wanted to as well. And you know, and the closer we get to June, the more that's going to start filling up with fun, extra additional content from the 10th floor. So do that. I don't know, whatever.
Or do nothing, and we're going to still be doing this anyway.
It's true. It's true. But if you want to, please. Um, apparently Melissa is just trying to start a 10th floor convention. So please do that. Please start a 10th floor convention. Kelly's asked for a link, so I'm going to type that in here. .com/10th floor. Boom. That should be how it works. You can copy and paste that into your browser because it didn't turn into a clickable link. There's a lot of people in Tennessee, so yeah, we can have the 10th floor convention in the South. So,
Guys, I would just love it so much.
my mom, yes,
Oh my gosh!
to go to
He's
Graceland
like-
and then to also have dinner with y'all. My mother would be in heaven.
Oh my word! It would be so fabulous. I love me some Elvis Presley. Okay, Elvis Presley in General Hospital. Oh, I want to go so bad. If they have one again, oh man, I'm going. We're going, Matt.
Yeah, we're gonna go. It's gonna be great. We're gonna do it. Nobody's gonna stop us. It might take 5 years, but we're gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
We can have Hummingbird cake and invite Martin Gray. My mama's a master at making Hummingbird cake now, by the way. It's just so good.
So do.
So good at making that cake. So
Yeah.
good. So
It
good.
turned out really good.
It did. It did. Well, we didn't hit 2 hours this time, but GH didn't give us 2 hours to talk about.
No, they didn't.
So, but that's okay. Next week things are gonna heat
Is
up.
there
We're gonna
anything else?
No, we don't know who shot at Sunny. Like we got nothing.
We don't
this
know
week.
who shot at Sonny.
The only real development. We didn't talk about Gregory, but who cares? And Elizabeth had Portia had a catch up,
Yep.
but there was nothing there. It was just catch up.
You know what though? I think because of the way the pacing of the show and how it's so small segmented now, I really think catch-ups are necessary.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, I'm with it. I think for people who fast forward or aren't interested, you could do a really quick thing. But
For people like me that don't remember.
Yeah. But I've always been more interested in when Nina and Ava have a scene together catching up. I'm more interested when Diane and Alexis are talking and catching up. When it comes down to it, I don't know. There's just something about Elizabeth Portia that I don't know. I haven't seen them earn that relationship in my heart yet. I don't really see them as friends.
They don't. Yes, they don't. You don't think of this two girlfriends catching up when you see the two of them yet.
I see them as coworkers
Hasn't been enough.
having an inappropriately personal conversation. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So they can work on that relationship more. But in order to do that, they need to be in more scenes together, like they are. So maybe we are establishing the friendship right now.
Having the Savoy doing a shot together or something.
There's something, you can do slam it, lick it, and suck it, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then what else do we have? We had Sonny finding out that Dex and Joss could potentially be a thing, and him having absolutely no reaction to it whatsoever.
Oh, he will have a reaction.
I know
later.
that he'll have a reaction at some point, and I guess he's just was just kind of saved it, but I don't know. It was just not even a blink, or not even leading into the commercial with a.
Not even
like
that,
nothing,
huh?
like nothing,
no tag like that, huh?
nothing at all on this on Spencer saying that to Sonny. So I don't know if that's a complaint or something I'm looking forward to, but I don't know. It just doesn't give us 2 hours to talk about, but that's okay. Do we need a 2-hour podcast?
Maybe he doesn't necessarily believe Spencer because Spencer hates Dex.
Spencer is really mad, and Spencer's a baby. I'm sorry if you really like Spencer, but Spencer is not showing me anything that would be an appropriate guardian, authority figure, role model for his little brother.
No.
I saw somebody on Twitter, one of our friends from the chat, Um, they said that Spencer is being a 6'2"
6'2"
He's being a 6'2"
I love that.
You know, just walking, just shouting at his grandmother and being like, "My brother, and I'm going to change his name." Blah, 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 blah. And he, Esme, I know that he doesn't trust Esme, and he feels really victimized by Ryan and Esme and stuff. But calm down, buddy. Calm down.
He's also very angry at himself, though, too.
Yeah, you know, I'm a fool, grandmother.
I'm a fool. Yeah.
Jakarius really wants to know who we want to see back for the 60th anniversary, and it's just so hard because there's so many names and so many dead characters. We talked a bit about wanting to see Luke.
2 that I would really love to see.
Yeah.
And you'd be maybe surprised one of them. I really, really, really want to see Anthony Geary. I said that earlier in the episode. Absolutely, really want to see Anthony Geary. I really want to see John Stamos.
That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun.
Really want to see John Stamos.
John Stamos up there just singing a song for the nurses' ball.
And it kind of, to me, it would kind of be an homage to General Hospital.
Yeah.
Because he was Blackie way before he was Uncle Jesse.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love it.
Oh, so John Stamos has been on as John Stamos before.
Mm-hmm.
He had a scene with Scotty Baldwin, just a little campy, funny comedy scene for Scotty in L.A. or something like that, or John Stamos was coming through. I guess you remember it very well.
No, I don't remember it, but I heard of it.
Okay, yeah, it's fun. I don't know if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's funny because it's Scotty being like, "Oh wow, John Stamos," you know, doing his Scotty thing, and then he ultimately finally convinces Stamos to get this picture, and then Scotty accidentally dumps a pile of a plate of spaghetti all over him. And he's like, "I was supposed to go to a photo shoot." You know, I'm pretty sure that was it. But so that opens the door. He could be Blackie. He could be John Stamos.
Yeah.
He could be Blackie's brother, John Stamos.
Yeah.
But I would love to see, like, when it comes down to it, the 60th anniversary and the nurses' ball being hand in hand means that while we're probably going to have some fun, dramatic intensity in there somewhere, it's going to be more of a love letter to the show than a disaster. You know,
yes.
So the opportunity of having Ricky Martin and the dude who played Juan and all of these other people who did really good or popular acts in the past, 100% could come through.
Absolutely.
Very easy.
And I don't think they would be using the nurses' ball as a 60th anniversary vehicle if there wasn't going to be some good surprises. If it's just going to be a typical nurses' ball, we'd all be disappointed.
Yeah. So with the anniversary aspect of it and the fact that we're already trying to create the buzz on the show with all of the planning, I do think that the chances are very good of being able to see several, if not more, faces from yesteryear as cameos or in some sort of group number or something. I just don't know how it's going to manifest exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jack Wagner is back because of Maxie being so involved in the nurses' ball.
You know, I don't know. I don't know. I want to see Arlandria up there with drag queens voguing the house down. All right, I want them to do it. I want them to go out there and get it. We talked about maxi party planning and how drag queens go hand in hand. Let's do it.
Oh, and what's going on? And you know what? I want to see. I love the idea of getting me some drag queens on General Hospital this with the nurses' ball and stuff because of what's going on in our country in the South. We need to shove a drag queen down everybody's throat right now.
Heck yeah. We're all I'm gonna show up in drag next week. I'm not. Daisy wants Ted King. I think that might be hard. Isn't Ted King's character dead?
That's Alcazar.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Melissa wants to see the end of Helena's tape. We're saving that for some. We're saving that for the end of her tape is a musical number.
Yeah, the USB that was stuck on the back. Well,
just on the back of the Haunted Star.
Yeah, exactly.
They could do the Nurses' Ball in the Haunted Star. They should.
I actually thought they were kind of leaning toward that when they were talking about not having a venue.
Yeah. But no, that's just them being catty over nothing.
Yeah, I think they were just being catty over nothing. But actually, I was kind of like, I was open to the idea of just saying, well, you know what? We don't need Nina because we don't need the Metrocorp.
Yeah. Well, just Bobby will go, we can use a Haunted Star. I'm sure Lulu will be fine with it.
Yeah.
Daisy wants a revelation at the nurses' ball that the Pikemans are actually Alcazars. Melissa wants to see Serena Baldwin. Daisy wants to see Jerry Jacks. Lee wants to see Richard Simmons. Daisy also wants to see Jack Wagner. Melissa wants to see Diego Alcazar return as the Pikeman head, even though he's supposed to be dead. There were drag queens at Brit's party. There was a drag queen and half naked bartenders, which is why we've had drag bingo. We've had Manila Luzon on the show from RuPaul's Drag Race. We could do it.
But that was what state is it that just did the thing with you can't dress and drag?
What?
Was Georgia?
I have no idea. It's somewhere in the South, though. But
yeah, it was Georgia, Tennessee.
It sounds about right.
Right there. Anyway, that's why I want a drag queen shoved down everybody's throat right now.
Yeah.
Because of that nonsense.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just current.
Well-connected Amelia says that there's a lot of buzz about Vanessa Marcel, so maybe we'll have some Brenda blow through, and that's how we find out that Dex is his mommy.
Because Dex is his, Brenda's Dex's mom. I like it.
Yeah, I'll have to watch some Brenda stuff so I can come up with a Brenda impression.
Yeah.
She's a tough badass bitch, I'm sure. I know her face. I know Brenda. I've seen Brenda. But I don't know shit about Brenda.
I don't know a whole lot. I do know some, but I don't know a whole lot because the whole Jack, Sonny, Brenda triangle thing was during a time when I wasn't watching.
You weren't really watching. And then before that, she was a part of the high school gang. I'm trying to quickly find the picture here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. From our retrospective, our 60th anniversary deep dive that we did.
Yeah, isn't she holding hands or snuggling with Jason in the photo?
She's sitting on Jason's lap and has her arm around Jagger. With the cast of Beverly Hills 90210, y'all.
Yep. And don't you think Robin's gonna blow back into town for the nurses' ball?
I would certainly hope so. I know that she's very happy in her directing career. Kimberly McCullough is, but everybody loves to see a little bit of Robin. And she came back for the Sean Donnelly death special, didn't she? So she's still on. She's still on board. Let's do it. Why not?
Yeah,
I'm with it.
I think she'd want to be involved in the 60th anniversary.
Elizabeth Taylor. I don't know if Elizabeth Taylor's available.
Elizabeth Taylor, we're going to really have to do some splicing and dicing of old scene stuff. Well, I'm all, if you're going to have Helena back, want her to be Constance Towers.
Get the last bit of Constance Towers as you can. She's a 90-year-old woman, you know?
Yeah.
With it. Mac and Kevin can dress in drag and with Mac and Kevin can dress in drag. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it, Melissa.
Well, they did that back in the 90s.
Oh, did they?
It's perfect.
Like bosom buddies type of deal? Okay, all right, I'm into it then.
Yes, that's why they mentioned it, man.
Peter Scolari's no longer with us. Oh, Peter Scolari. He was in Bosom Buddies with Tom Hanks.
I remember.
He was also in Newhart. Or not the Bob Newhart show, because that was the other one. He was in Newhart, the one where Bob Newhart was the hotel guy. My God, Nick at Night. Jeez. Lois Cerullo's, who Jacarius wants to see.
Oh, that would be good too. Have Rena Stoker back on. Yeah.
Might as well. We have this magazine full of potential. So, folks, when you go explore the YouTube channel some. We did this on Friday.
We did. Poorly, but we did it.
If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so, because we are really bad at warning folks when we do a show outside of Sunday. We are the worst.
Yeah, because we're pretty spontaneous about it.
We decide like that afternoon if we're going to do it. So if you subscribe to the channel, though, because I try to put the waiting room as much as possible, and I've been pretty consistent with it over the last couple of months. But if you're subscribed to the channel and you have notifications set to on, which is the little bell icon that you can find next to the subscribe button, I think it is. Then when we open the waiting room, you're going to get a notification on your YouTube and in your email that we're preparing to broadcast. And so then you'll have a little bit of a warning. But in order to do that, you have to subscribe to the channel and also turn on notifications. Those notifications are not an automatic thing. It's something you have to opt into. So be sure to do that. And then you'll know. And also follow us on Twitter at 10th Floor GH, and I do my best to at least give you a 15-minute warning.
We try.
And you can turn notifications on for that as well, and then you'll get a text message when we tweet, which might get a little annoying sometimes, but at least you'll always be in the know. Yeah. Well, thanks, Jacarius. We enjoy having you here in the chat every Sunday.
We sure do.
Yeah. Dex should be Coleman's son. Hot diggity dog. Who's Coleman?
Oh, Coleman. He was the bartender at the Floating Rib, right, you guys?
I don't know, but Melissa wants to see Coleman back, so we're good.
I like Coleman.
I can tell you Jagger won't be back. Ooh, thank you, Daisy. Hey, Tyrone, you're catching us just as we're leaving. Oh, thank you, Janet. Compliments, compliments, compliments. Hot diggity dog. Hot dog, hot diggity dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. How you don't have to listen to that song anymore, do you?
No.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Anyway, Coleman used to date Tracy. Coleman was a minor character at Jake's.
Yeah, Jake's.
There we go. All right. Well, maybe that'll happen.
And he had like 1970s hair.
Okay. All right.
He was a character. I loved him.
I'm into it. Thing is, who did Coleman have who did Coleman have Dex with? That's funny. That's a funny way of putting it, Tyrone. Because you could say Dex, or you can say sex. You know, who did Coleman have sex with? Who did Coleman have Dex with? I thought you did that, man. All right. I'm getting out of here. I don't think Renette Sofer is working on TV anymore. We'll bring her on back.
Mm-hmm.
Not hard to step onto a soundstage at General Hospital Prospect Park Studios, shake your booty a little bit, and go home.
Yeah.
All right. I'm getting on the elevator. You gonna come with me, Ma?
Yeah.
You always have the option to just keep going without me. It'll be difficult because you can't read the chat, but you could.
Yeah, it would be pretty hard. So, I get on the elevator with you.
Anyway, okay, fine. Then here we go. Let's go back into the elevator, folks. We're going to go back down to the first floor. We're going to get into our cars and turn our radios to previous episodes of the 10th floor. GH, you don't have to worry about any villainy happening in the parking garage this week because Victor is busy on the 7th floor getting his wangle dangle, his winky tinky, his tinky winky, taken a look at by not only but one, but two doctors.
His tiny master.
His permanent. I can't afford to be distracted. As he's distracted. So it's safe in the parking garage. To get into your car, turn the radios to previous episodes of the 10th floor, which you can find on all of your favorite podcasting networks. And if you can't find it on your specific favorite one, let me know on Twitter at 10th floor GH, and I will point you in the right direction and or get it added to the app that you're using. In the meantime, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment if you haven't been watching live, and if you have been watching live, reload this page in a couple of minutes and leave a comment. That'd be great.
It helps you guys.
It does.
It does, right, man? It helps.
Like, subscribe, pay attention, because when we do a random GH catch-up, I also do a Star Trek show with Captain Matt. So that's on there as well. It's not live, but that's all right. You can get all of our reactions to Star Trek Picard every week. I don't know. I think that's it. So go spend some time with your families. I've been Matt.
And I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you next time right here on the 10th floor. Goodbye.
Bye.